I'm entitled.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Hello, folks. Richard Moore, USAGSA. And I've got a hot topic for you today, and I hope you're able to hang in here, because I'm going to tell you, this is the proverbial elephant in the room nationwide, especially as it concerns those people, those individuals that have had mixed emotions and bad experiences with lawyers, attorneys. And folks, this is something that I've just touched on before in the past. And I'll be the first one to admit that I have absolutely, miserably failed to bring something to the forefront that needed to be there. And so it's there now, and it's going to be there. So this will be the first series of a continuing thing that we do here at USAGSA, which has always been a focal point of our mission statement, and that is exposing corruption. And we're going to be highlighting in this series, and I know that if I've got plenty of people out there that have corresponded with me, continue to correspond with me about these things, and I welcome that. So in the content, in the description of this video, you'll see our link tree. You'll also see my email address and how you can get in touch with me, because I do want to hear from you. And within that link tree, we'll give you the other links to some of the platforms we're on, including my blog, where I've written extensively about this program and the destruction that it causes, and how they're getting away with it, what they're doing, their tactics and so forth. My job here is to expose this corruption, to put these people in the spotlight that they deserve, that they absolutely do not want. They want the spotlight, but they want it to be lined with unicorn piss and fairy dust. And I'm not going to do that. We're bringing it out of this. You know, when you've got a group of people, and people say, where are you getting this? You use the word closet queer a lot. Let me clarify this closet queer conundrum. Well, you've got folks doing things behind the scenes, and you don't know what's going on. They up to something. If they do tell you what they're doing, you know they're not giving it all to you. That's a tall order, folks, to try to draw all that out. And being raised in the South, when somebody is behind closed doors and something's going on in there, and we don't know what it is, but it looks to me like we've got a case of a closet queer. And that's the deal, folks. That used to be, is it Roll Tide or is it War Eagle? Bulldogs or rebels? It's not that question anymore. It's, are you a top or a bottom? Beats all I've ever seen. And so that's the deal, folks. And that is, hold on a minute, I got an interruption. Before an attorney can practice law, they must swear an oath, a solemn promise to uphold the United States Constitution and faithfully represent their clients. Yet, many attorneys, whether knowingly or through pressure from the system, violate the oath when dealing with targeted individuals. And that, my friends, is in the millions, okay? This is not just a here and there deal. This is an example of the oath that your attorney, my attorney, this example of the oath that they take. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Mississippi, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of an attorney and counselor at law to the best of my ability. The attorney swears to uphold the U.S. Constitution, which guarantees due process, equal protection, and access to justice. And as we know, somehow our access to real justice is blocked. Why is that? They commit to faithfully discharge their duties, meaning they must represent their clients with honesty and diligence. They violate it by refusing to challenge corrupt law enforcement. Many attorneys refuse to take cases against police misconduct or wrongful prosecution, knowing the system is stacked. Wow. Legal stonewalling. Instead of fighting for clients, attorneys stall, delay, and sabotage cases to prevent real justice. And we have talked about that so many times, folks. They have an issue of collusion with the system. Some attorneys work hand in hand with judges, prosecutors, and law enforcement to ensure targeted individuals never get justice. Another common attorney oath is, I will never seek to mislead the judge or the jury by any artifice or false statement or fact of law, nor shall I encourage others to do so. Attorneys must tell the truth, not mislead judges, and not use trickery to manipulate cases, is what that says. How they violate is the attorneys frequently lie to their own clients about case progress or procedural obstacles. They may, and they do, conspire with prosecutors to frame cases in a way that weakens the victim's defense. Some participate, and folks, when I say some, I'm gonna hold out that some are trying to stay neutral in this deal, and they're doing they're just writing up a deed for cattle breeding, and that's it. They participate in these community-oriented policing schemes. How they do it? By using deliberate misdirection and to make it impossible for the client to get justice. Community-oriented policing is not just about police. It involves attorneys, judges, prosecutors, and even court-appointed defense attorneys. We know that. If a person's on the targeted list, they will not get fair legal representation. That's America. It's American way in it. This is how the system neutralizes a person legally, by ensuring that they cannot obtain justice, no matter how clear the evidence. Now, I've known Shane Tompkins for 10 years, like I said, and I'm real cautious. But and when I refer people, these people will follow up with me, and they will tell me, they will thank me, and they make me aware of the money they've spent, and this is in the tens of thousands of dollars. And I'm glad that I could help them, and I'm glad that I gave good advice. I now have to retract that advice and publicly apologize for giving you bad advice and erroneous information about an attorney, and this one by the name of Shane Tompkins. Recently, I was targeted by a Mexican. It was a controlled, targeted hit where he slipped up behind me and hit me in the side as I was turning. Clearly, his fault. I knew it was a targeted hit. The police that needed to make the report and so forth appeared almost instantly. It was a David Copperfield moment, folks. When they started to take the statements of the two people involved, they did take the Mexican statement. They handed me my license insurance and told me when I could come get the report. Seems odd. I was the one that was hit. They asked me a question. Did not ask me a question. They tried. Somebody said, "Has anybody been drinking?" Trying to just, they don't have much. Much in their little play that they have to say. And the Mexican had insurance with who? I could have told you before I got the accident report who he had insurance with. He's got insurance with the same company that every time I've had a targeted hit, well, a pit maneuver on the interstate, a parking lot, didn't matter. They were clear targeted hits. Every single case. And there's several of them. As I've traveled coast to coast, there's several of them. Every time. Who's insurance with? Progressive Insurance. And we're going to talk about Progressive because they are willing participants in community-oriented policing doing their part. Well, we can have a safer community, blah, blah, blah. That's the window wash. But behind the scenes, they abjectly violate the Constitution of the United States of America. And somehow they feel like that they're not doing it, that they're doing the right thing. And who's going to complain? How will a person ever call them on the carpet for their crimes against humanity? It's going to be difficult because this holistic approach, and since 9/11, everybody's going to be a team player. And if you're not a team player, God help your soul. And that's exactly what the deal is. So we've got spineless tyrants that are making this possible because they have abandoned their oath. They've become liars and swindlers of these smoke-filled backroom deals that are destroying America like a malignant cancer. And it's running through the veins of every county, city, and community in this country, especially in North Mississippi, Columbus, right there in Lowndes County, and he practices as well in Lee County. This is a clear case that the Mexican's insurance carrier needs to repair my vehicle. Shane Tompkins tells me of what I'm going to do. Say, look, y'all fix it. We'll go to court. It's going to cost a lot of money. I mean, that's the option, folks. Then I sense a sense of drag and delay on the horizon. Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm a little too anxious. Finally, when he does get back with him, well, it takes time. Okay, busy, takes time. Next time, it's, they've taken a firm stamp. This is the adjuster taking for you. Who knows who he talked to? Don't know. Don't care. They're hard line on this. They just don't want to pay. No shit. That's the reason we have to have lawyers and courtrooms and juries and all this other stuff because somebody don't want to do right. Like that's some damn foreign anomaly here that we really don't look for in any kind of legal cases. We've lo and behold, we got somebody that don't want to do right. They're disagreeing. That was supposed to appease me. That was leading to telling me I'd be better off going to small claims and representing myself. I'm sensing I'm getting You know, this getting screwed, not getting kissed, that may be the deal. And y'all love the screw, he loves the screw, but not getting no sugar on the deal is pissing me off. So if you're going to screw and you ain't going to kiss, guess what? I'm going to talk about your screwing and no kissing. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't got no skeletons in my closet. I didn't take an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. But you can believe one thing, I support it, and by God, I'll die for it. And there's hundreds and thousands of men and women have died for it. And there's also hundreds of thousands of men and women that claim that they support it and love it, but in works and deeds, they hate it, they despise it, and they have gone ahead and made a deal with the devil and want to call themselves good people, a man of God or a woman of God. I'm telling you what, folks, this is, you got a situation, and thousands of you have, and for something they can't get an attorney. When it's clear that crimes, major, have been committed against you, you can't get an attorney. And it's not because they don't have the money. Somebody was because you have the money. They ain't got to do with it. They won't talk to me. That's exactly what I'm saying, folks. This stonewalling and dismissal ensures people like Progressive, you can do what you want to do, and you have to pay them. Well, you know you should, and if they wasn't targeted, of course you'd pay it. But if they're on the list, you ain't gonna pay it. Drag them. That attorney's not going. And when they look, he's on the list, we ain't gonna pay it. But it takes a lawyer with a backbone that's willing to say, "Hold up, swole up. We ain't gonna do it like that. This ain't about money." Shane Tompkins trying to make it about money. You know, I'm gonna need about $10,000 up front to take this to challenge for a $3,000 claim on an insurance on a parking lot accident. And y'all heard what I said, didn't you? Now, how big of a line of bullshit can it be? Is that the kind of attorney that you want to contact, whether it be a divorce, any kind of family law, any kind of injury, or any kind of a criminal case or civil? If you want to retain an attorney that's willing to smile at you, take your money, whether on contingency or they want the money up front. I ain't never heard of an attorney want money up front if $10,000 to take a case like this that's always taken on a contingency. That is where I realized that this screwing without kissing was going to come to an abrupt halt. I made it clear that Shane Tompkins made it clear that and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that sword cuts both ways, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I responded, you're absolutely correct. That sword cuts two ways. I've always believed that word of mouth is the gold standard in marketing and networking and this scheme of things in the business world and how we do things. If people don't like it, and if it's bad, they're going to tell a bunch of other people. If it's good, they'll tell less, but they will tell it. And folks, he didn't have any response to that. You know why? Because they believe that individuals that are targeted, their voice does not matter. And who cares? It's not WCBI or the Dispatch that's highlighting me. It's somebody else to fill in the blank with all the negative stuff they put in there. But the real Americans and the victims and the hundreds of thousands and millions that are being systematically violated, been betrayed by this system, know better. This is not about me. It's about the victims that I talk about every day. Today, we're making it about my little story, but the bigger picture is about this tyrannical structure of attorneys across this nation. And I'm going to start right here in the dirty South. So I want to clear the slate with those that I've recommended to use this attorney. And I expect those that are seeing this, that you do your part and you share this content and you share it relentlessly. We're not going to change the subject. I'm also going to write about this as well. And I was just taking some things from the notes that I'm already preparing to do a scathing article. And that'll be coming real soon on my Substack and probably WordPress and Tumblr. It'll be a lot of places, which garners thousands of reads every month. And our channel is tens upon 10,000 views a month. I am committed. GSA is committed to justice and exposing this corruption and exposing it at its very core. Win, lose, or draw. I'm not going to pull any punches. Yeah, you can anticipate, folks, my next segment on this is coming real soon. And we're going to talk about an attorney in Wayne County, Mississippi. And I don't want, some of you may have an idea where I'm going with this, but we're going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about a pathetic, perverted, criminal attorney that I don't have enough adjectives to use in Monroe County, Mississippi, that in his I'll spoil it for everybody that work behind the scenes, and they made it their job to troll everything that I do and everything that those that I work with do, where they can run ahead of and troll social media to go to those individuals and try to assassinate me and my association. Well, good luck with that. I'm going to let you know who these perverted people are in the whore behind the scenes, and this is in Monroe County. And I know they're watching. I know they listen. And they know it, and I know it. I'm letting you know I know it. I know exactly where the smell's coming from because I know where the garbage dump is, okay? That's the deal. If you think you've got this deal on chill, you got a mistake there. You made a mistake. Because again, folks, I ain't backing up off this deal. And so if you thought you hadn't heard enough about the corruption in Lowndes County, Mississippi, folks, and you think it's just the main artery, it's through Crooked Eddie and Scott Cologne, that you're missing the boat. Because all of that is keeping a whole lot of people busy in Lowndes County, attorneys. That's how they keep feed the beast, folks. And these attorneys are the ones that are bridging the gap between the victim and the criminal that committed a crime against them. And they're making sure that victim continues to be victimized and continues to be violated and continues to be denied their due process. My question is when did you really start hating America, Shane Tompkins? When did you decide the Constitution was a piece of trash? You are a tyrant. You have no purpose, no place in our system because you have abandoned your oath. You have no integrity. And integrity, folks, with most people, is something that is assumed or presumed that they have integrity. And I'm going to pull the dress off that old whore because I'm going to tell you, Shane, integrity is like virginity. Once it's gone, it's gone. So welcome to the world of knowing the corruption, knowing you're on the top of the list. It's people like you that make sure that victims like myself and the others stay victimized while you get paid and laugh all the way to the bank. My. That's not what we want. Folks, I appreciate you. Share, subscribe. I welcome your comments there below. Until next time, God bless you.
They call me a god.